Oh yeah, that's not gonna work.
Hello everyone and welcome to my second monthly reset. It is officially going into February tomorrow. When I'm filming this, this is January 31st. So February is literally tomorrow. January felt like a very slow month for me. Like I felt like it just kind of drained on almost, like every day. It seems so long. I was at home for a long period of time and then I moved here and so much has happened in the month of January. I feel like it's just kind of honestly gone on a really long time. New Year's feels like so long ago. So I'm kind of ready to move on from January, get into February, look at my goals again, kind of reset for the whole month, and get back into the groove of things. I did want to film this reset video a little bit earlier, but unfortunately I did go home this weekend. I went back to my parents' house from Thursday until today, which is Monday the 31st. So I was there for a couple days, did not have a chance to film this to do that, so this will be going up a little bit later, but I do hope to get the other reset videos up sooner throughout the next couple of months for the rest of the year. So it's already like 4:30 in the afternoon, so I want to get right on into this so we can get into the day tomorrow. I have so much to do tomorrow, so I definitely want to reset in time for the start of February. I would like to begin this video though by looking over January, kind of reviewing, recapping, seeing where everything kind of went good or went wrong. Honestly, January was not the best month. It was a pretty good month for me financially, I will say, but overall goals wise, it didn't quite go as well as I thought it was going to, which is fine. We still have 11 more months to go. Let's head over to my desk and we can kind of go through this goal by goal. Okay, so I just have in front of me here my planner, and this has on it all of my goals for the month of January. So I've already crossed some of them off. The ones I did complete, if I completed like a bigger one, I crossed it off in the moment, but we'll just go through all of them and we'll talk about which ones I did, which ones I didn't do, all of that fun stuff. So first off, let's talk about the theme for the month of January. My January theme, I'm trying to make a theme for every month just to kind of give it an overall like vibe and atmosphere. My January theme was motivation and mindset, and that was a really fun theme to look into. I feel like it really did help me out a lot. It reminded me to focus on my mental health, and also just kind of stay focused for the new year, along with starting the new school semester and just like a lot of different things I was doing. It was a really nice theme. I really enjoyed it. As for social media goals, right off the bat, 5,700 Instagram followers, we did not hit that, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. So we did not hit that one. I believe my end count was around 5,590 or something, almost at 5,600. As for YouTube subscribers, we're also not there. I believe we're at 7,180 or something. So also not quite there, and we also did not hit my TikTok followers goal for this month. I'm at 17.8 thousand. So we didn't hit, unfortunately, any of my social media goals, which is totally fine. I'm debating, we'll talk about this more in a second when we get into like what my goals are for February, but it's very hard on social media to set goals to grow because you can't control how many people follow you. Like there's things you can obviously do to help promote yourself, but in the end you can't force people to press that follow button. So it is what it is, and I didn't get out as much content as I wanted to this month either, so that's fine. I did secure not one paid brand deal, but two. One, I got the products in today for it, and that'll be up within the next 10 days. I believe is when I have to like send the content and that over to them, so that's exciting. That one's for TikTok, and then I also have a deal in the works. It's like pretty much secured. It's like 99.9% secured. I guess I shouldn't say it's 100% secured yet. There's some like tech issues on their system for like actually processing it, because sometimes brands have you like sign up for a whole like influencer campaign thing through like a separate form or something. Anyway, we're just having a little bit of an issue with that, but it's a really popular brand. It's a brand I've seen a lot of Canadian influencers especially work with, and I'm going to be filming with them a college vlog style video, so I'm really excited for that, and that is a paid YouTube sponsorship. So we definitely did the one paid brand deal, which is perfect, and then 2 videos a week. I have accomplished, if I get this video, or I guess this technically counts as the first week of February, so we've did it. We did 2 videos a week. As for frozen fractals, my small shop or my Etsy shop, we did not make $500 in profit this month. That was a high goal, especially considering it's January and shops generally don't do as well in January. My big seller is DCP items, Disney College Program items, and Disney College Program. The applications just went out at the end of this month and people were already moving in for the other programs, so realistically it's a low time for that too. So we were reaching big and we did not quite meet it. I guess I should put an arrow there, not a cross, because we didn't do it. As for post 10 times on Instagram, we did that, which is pretty cool. And some people were like sharing the posts too, which is awesome. For personal, no clothing spending. I did not spend any money on clothes this month. I'm really happy for myself. I did obtain a lot of new clothes though, which is why it was easier not to spend money on them. And this was through stuff that was delayed in the mail. For example, yesterday I got my new Taylor Swift cardigan in the mail. I ordered that back in, when did it come out? November. So that was kind of delayed. I got a free hoodie through the college. I was just getting a lot of free stuff this month. So you know what? If I don't have to spend money on it, all good. 3 books. I actually ended up reading 4 books. So I read The Love Hypothesis, I read Malibu Rising, Big Magic, and then I also finished The X Hex 2 days ago when I was at home. 10,000 steps every day. We did not accomplish. It just didn't happen. It just, like, there were more days I didn't hit it than I hit it. That's definitely something we want to focus more on in February. And then as for finishing my dental step 1, that is done. And then I don't have step 2 until March, which is when I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, because we have to get my wisdom teeth out before they can give me braces. So I have to get my wisdom teeth out, but in step 1, fixing all my teeth up before they could take out my wisdom teeth, we're done. AdSense, it was not going great this month, guys. So being more open with my financial means or my budgets and actual numbers, especially via YouTube, and that is something I want to start doing. So my goal for this month was to make $300 on YouTube AdSense. That did not happen. As it stands right now for the month of January, I made $138. And that being said, my views for the month, let's just go to my monthly stats here. As you can see, we did reach 7,182 subscribers, which isn't far off. We've got about 19,000 views this month. Watch time, subscribers, we gained about 76, and my estimated revenue is $138.04. If we do go to revenue, we can see that yesterday's and today's hasn't processed yet, so we can assume that I got over 140, because I was averaging around like $4-ish, it looks like, a day. But I just want to compare this. So 19,000 views. Let's compare this with December. So I only had 17,000 views, and look at the difference in the AdSense. So it just goes to show that some months are great, some months are not. Sometimes your views are better, sometimes they're not. It just depends on so many different things. December, the fall is usually so much better for AdSense because you have brands, and brands want to advertise before Christmas and the holidays, whereas January, brands have just spent all of their advertising money on the holidays, so there aren't as many places to advertise. So YouTube ad revenue in general tends to go down for a lot of people in January. And then as for my shop, my Etsy shop, this past month, we made around $360, which isn't too terrible at all. It's not $500, but once again, we explained why that wasn't going that great. Okay, now let's talk budget. And budget is something I have not talked a lot about before, or at all. I was very hesitant to put out more of like my financial stuff on here on the internet, because I don't know, it's just not something people talk about. But I did get a lot of positive feedback the last time I did it, so I thought we'll do it and we'll see what's up, and I can kind of show you guys where my money's going if you care, or if you want to do it yourself. I am a college student, and January was a very, very high pay month for me, high income month. very high compared to what it usually is. Okay, so for my budget, I did create this spreadsheet based off of a whole bunch of different things. I've watched a whole bunch of budgeting videos on YouTube. I've looked up a whole bunch of stuff on Pinterest, some even stuff on Canva of how people had things laid out and how they did the templates there. And this is what I'm finding at this point works best for me. I've kind of combined all those different techniques that I've seen a whole bunch of different people use, and this is what works for me. So in the top left here, we do have my income. So this is the money that I got in for January. So for my YouTube and my Etsy, I like to count the month previous as my spending because I really do not know how much this next month is going to bring in. I don't want to overestimate, so therefore I want to track the money I already have versus the money that I might possibly be getting. So as for YouTube, I have my December paycheck right there, along with just what the money I got in from Etsy, from my Etsy shop in December. I then got in my OSAP payment. For those of you who are not from Ontario, that is the Ontario Student Loan Assistance Program. I only get the bursary option, so I got about $5,000 this semester in bursaries. They have doubled it during the pandemic, which is great. So one of the Canadian bursaries for the whole country of Canada, if you apply for that, you get double what you normally would. So that is why it is so high this year, which I'm very thankful for. That's money I don't have to pay back. That's just my money, so that's great. I also get my cash back from the previous year from MasterCard because I do have a cashback MasterCard from RBC. So I got $92.52 from that, and then also a Canadian or maybe Ontario thing, I'm not sure. We get HST checks in the mail, which is cashback again based on your income taxes. It's called harmonized sales tax. We call the taxes that you put on stuff HST. So I got a check for that in the mail. I then just have my fixed expenses here. So Spotify, my Creative Cloud, I split in between my Etsy shop and YouTube. So my Creative Cloud every month is about $23 because I am on the student plan. And then Dailyo is the app I've been using to track all my moods and stuff. So that is $4.51 a month because I do pay for that. I do pay for the subscription for that. Here what I did is I put a budget for what I thought I would spend on each item. These are just the variable expenses, and then what I actually spent. So as you can see, we went over for gas, groceries we were under, restaurants, coffee under, apartment supplies under, my shop cost was under slightly. My YouTube supplies was way over because I did start my own website for my media kit, which is expensive. My student loan payoff, so I do not have student loans with the government. My parents are kind enough to put my tuition and stuff on a line of credit, which I then pay them back, so it's not as interest rate-y and stuff. So I paid off $3,500 towards that this month, and just $100 towards personal spending. We pretty much did that. So as you can see, I spent a little bit less, but overall it's pretty much the same amount. And then I just have down here predicted spending versus actual spending, as you can see, and then we have my savings. So this is everything that's left after all I spent this month. So after we take away my income from my expenses, we have $1,573.90. So I just have up here $4,000 for how much I still owe on my student loan, which is fine. That's after the $3,500. And then at the side here, I have totaled up all of my expenses for the month, where I spent food, so I can kind of see where all that money's going. Parking passes was a big one this month, a big expense I wasn't expecting, and then also the YouTube thing, starting that. I hadn't really budgeted for that, I just kind of decided to do it one day. But it all worked out because those totals are equal. One thing I am going to do now is I have this money in savings. I don't really sort money out for certain things in savings. All I'm going to do after we're done this video is go into my bank account and put that into my savings account so it gains some interest, or that amount of money in my savings account so it gains some interest. And that's it. And then it's there for a rainy day or a Florida day, because I might have just booked a vacation at the Riviera, which will be part of next month's expenses. So all I'm going to do is copy this spreadsheet. There's probably a better way to do this, but I'm just going to select it, copy, create one for February. If you don't know how YouTube works, basically the amount you got for the previous month is what you get for at the end of the next month. So at the end of January here is when I got paid for December. Okay, so YouTube for January, the amount I got, because they've been taking taxes off, they shouldn't have been. Long story short, I learned I was getting overtaxed for YouTube stuff, so that like $240 we had talked about earlier, I actually only got $183.85. I will get the rest of that money back though. I just have to file a US tax return. Not fun, but it has to happen. Etsy, I have not gotten that check in yet. I might not even get it in till next Monday. I'm not sure. It usually comes on the first Monday of the month. MasterCard cashback is not an option, and OSAP I also am not getting, but I am working my job now, so my part-time job. So I should get 2 paychecks, I believe, in the month of February. So, oh, and I'm not getting an HST check either. However, my parents are wonderful and are giving me $200 a month for groceries because they are lovely people. So that I know can go in there. That stays the same. As for gas, gas is really expensive right now. I am taking 1 trip home during the month of February, and then I am having to drive to the college 4 days a week. So the 1 trip home is probably going to cost me about $100 in gas, we can estimate, and then filling it up approximately every other week. 4 fill-ups, so 2 fill-ups. So we're going to budget around $250 for gas, which is ridiculous, may I add. $200 for groceries, like my parents gave me for that. Restaurants and coffee shops, I think we're going to budget $60 this month. We're gonna go a little lower. Apartment supplies, I shouldn't need anything, so I'm just gonna say $50 because you never know when something's gonna break or something comes up. I shouldn't need anything. As for the shop cost budget, I don't think I really need to buy anything too major. So I'm gonna say 100. YouTube supplies, I don't think I need anything. And the student loan payoff, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to pay off this month. So we're just gonna leave that blank, and then personal, we're sticking at 100 again. And until I start actually spending stuff, that's gonna be it. I do the shop expenses and all of that separately, so we're not gonna talk about that right now, because that is something completely separate and probably not something I'm gonna share on the internet. And that's pretty much it for the organizing stuff. So I thought I would take you along on a little bit of my night, just kind of preparing for tomorrow for the new semester. Okay, it's dark out now, but I just got to Shoppers Drug Mart, and that is because I'm going to pick up my prescription. So important, I want to make sure I have all my prescriptions for the month. There was a whole kerfuffle with getting it here to the pharmacy in Windsor versus my one at home, but it should be ready for pickup. And then I also need milk because I want to start off the week right. This parking lot is so busy. I have no idea what's going on right now. And that's literally it, everyone. So I feel like this month was really boring, but that's because a lot of the stuff I actually did kind of before the month end because I was home on the weekend and all this stuff. So March is going to be a lot more exciting. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this little February reset video, and I hope you have a magical rest of your day.